Hello, you are listening to Cali Chats, a healthy living podcast with a goal of helping you find true happiness within your mind, body, and soul. I'm Jessie Cali, and it is time to get real. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cali Chats. I thought a perfect episode for today would be one solely focused on the topic of change. This is something that is currently a huge topic for me at the moment in my life because I am officially back here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm finally staying still for a bit. That's super weird for me. I am not normally someone who stays still. I am constantly moving, changing. It's just kind of how my life has always gone. And right now I'm getting to take a hard, long look at my life and stay still. Every time my situation changes or my job changes or something in my life happens, I keep moving. It's the way I was raised. It's the way I was taught. We were always moving when I was a kid. And eventually, one day, I stop and I have to remember to breathe. And I have to remember to continue to stay steady in my life and in my plan and in my goals and all of it. Change can be great. But change can also be super scary. One thing I really want to urge you guys today to always remember is our world is ever changing. It ain't ever gonna stop changing. We will continue to learn more and more with each and every day that we are alive. And when you embrace that change, some pretty great things can come your way. Before we really get started and dig deeper, I do want to share a quote with you guys from one special author, John C. Maxwell. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. I found this quote when I was doing some research for the blog, and it really hit hard with me. So I had to write it down so I could share it with you guys. Change truly is inevitable. It's not going to stop. Each day has the possibility of something coming into your world and completely shifting it. But growth is optional. Our personal growth is solely dependent on us and only us. You're the only one in your life who can make those next best steps to making the best version of you. Only you. You decide how you will face each and every challenge in your life, and you choose who you are going to be in those situations. At this point in my life, I've kind of accepted the fact that change is constant. And I've stopped expecting it to be any different. I've gotten to the point where I embrace change and look at the positives versus complaining and diving into the class why me? We've all been there, right? We've all been in that situation where you are at work and someone gets laid off, and instead of giving you a raise or giving you more work, they give you more work without the raise, right? That's what happens. And what's the first thing you want to do in that situation? Complain. I've been there. I was there for a while. But you got to stop doing that. I stopped doing that and I started looking at the positives. But I was not always like that. Sometimes bigger changes still knock me down for a little bit. But I'm always looking at the positives in my life. So instead of looking at it as negatives, I try to always reframe my mind into how I could pull something positive out of every change in my life. So how do we get there? The first step to embracing change and staying positive is all within your personal mindset. We've talked about this before in an earlier podcast, so I hope it kind of sparked a memory when I said that. But if not, I'll give you a little refresher. Shifting your perspective to a growth mindset will help you to overall embrace change and be a better, healthier you in the long run. I'll give you that refresher I was just talking about on what a growth mindset is, just in case you missed that episode or maybe you forgot. I don't know. A growth mindset is someone who looks at the positives in life's challenges. If you have a growth mindset, when change comes your way, you not only embrace it, But you look at how this could positively impact your life. You make better decisions when it comes to your goals, and you continue to run after those new opportunities and goals when achieving the last goal. A growth mindset also is someone who takes risks and accepts feedback, thrives on feedback. They accept the feedback and they're like, okay, I will get back to you. I used to find myself falling into laziness and just darkness when I would get more work to do. Or when some change pushed me into that darkness, I would fall off my gym routines, wake up later, make poor decisions. I wasn't embracing change. To put it bluntly, I was making excuses and falling short of the expectations I had set for myself. And that's not okay. So I had to shift my mindset. I had to do it. I decided it was time to get off my butt and start making some positive, continued changes in my life. I shifted it. I shifted to a growth mindset. Now, to be clear, changing over to a growth mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time, as all things do in life, but consistency, positive change, and results will help keep you on the right path. So next time when the big boss throws even more work at you, and you want to retreat into old habits of negativity and have your little pity party, switch the script. Accept that change. Accept life's challenges and stay steady on your goals. Just because change comes your way does not mean you have to fall off of your goals and fall off of the great things that you have been doing. When you do that, you're selling yourself short. You're meant for more. You're capable of more. You just need to keep going and keep trying and keep learning, and you will get there. So let's circle back to the quote from earlier. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. When change comes our way, how can we embrace it? Even with a growth mindset, we don't have a magic ball telling us when our life is going to completely shift. It's always changing. It's random. It's unpredictable. I mean, I wish I could get a magic 8-ball and I'd just shake it and it'd actually be real. Like, I wish I could just pick it up, shake it, and be like, this is happening tomorrow. That would be amazing. But we all know that that is not life. And life is unpredictable. So I've come up with 4 things that I find to be extremely helpful in embracing change when it comes your way. And the first thing is having an accountability partner, friend, coach, or mentor. This one is huge for me, people. Oh, my. It is so much easier to embrace change when someone is there cheering you on. Being able to talk through our fears associated with change is important. It not only helps us cope, but it helps push us forward and continue on. It is so much easier to fight really any battle with someone else. I think that's common sense, but sometimes there's a lot of people who struggle with having those conversations. And don't struggle. We're all fighting through life the same way with different challenges. And if we just share and care for each other, it's going to get a little bit easier. Think about any Mario game ever, okay? I've been playing Mario 3D World with my nephew all weekend, so it's right on the tip of my mind. But think of if I was trying to play all of these challenges alone. I would not have made it past the first one. But with my nephew there by my side playing Mario, I was Peach. I was able to get through them, and we actually completed the game in 2 days. So I know that's a little sidebar. I think I went a little bit off topic, but what I'm saying is it's a lot easier to get through life's challenges when you have an accountability partner, friend, coach, or mentor. So find you someone you can talk to. 2, control what you can control. There's a lot of change in our world that we literally have zero control over, so stop trying to control it. It's going to drive you crazy. But what you can do in your life is control your response to those changes. A lot of people were laid off during early times of COVID-19. That was the perfect time for negativity to just seep in, right? But what if you took that time to look at what happened and treat it as a gift? It might be weird hearing me say that. Yeah, you got laid off, treat it as a gift, but think about it. Yes, it's scary that you lost your job. I've been through a similar situation. But hey, you have been given the gift of time to either find something new or some time to relax and focus on you. I know it's not always easy to take time literally for ourselves and only ourselves, but sometimes you're given those gifts to actually focus on you and figure out what the heck you're going to do next. So when those changes do come towards you, don't try to just fall into this self-pity and be mad and sad at yourself. Pick yourself back up and figure out what you're going to do, but also take that time to refocus your energy and just to feel better. We don't get a lot of time. The older we get, the less time we get to just focus on ourselves. We're working, you get the kids. Yeah, I don't have kids yet, but I hear they make you busy. And whatever else, we just have a lot less time. So when you're given that gift of time, take it. All right, next. 3, think positive, less negative. Okay, that sounds simple, right? Like, sure. But it's not always easy to do that. You need to always remember to pay attention to your thoughts, reactions, and attitude toward change. If you harbor resentment and look at change as a negative, it's going to continue to feel that way. It's really that simple, people. But not all change is bad. I mean, it might feel bad in the moment, but you know what? When one door closes, what do they say? I need someone here to be my guest so they can say, another door opens. It's true. Like whenever one door closes, another door opens. I promise you, you can always find a silver lining if you are willing to think positive. We're just not always willing to do that. So think positive, less negative. And then lastly, 4, my favorite number, keep learning and taking risks. I truly believe we are never done learning. If you think you're done learning, you're doing something wrong. I can promise you that. I can promise if you think you're done learning, you're wrong. I like to look at life's changes as a learning experience. I'm always asking myself after something happens, like, what can I learn from that? How can I do better? All of that. Change can also be super uncomfortable at times. That's why I always try to take risks as often as I can. I don't really like living in a bubble. Not my thing. I don't really like living within a comfort zone. I like to test myself and keep myself not on the edge. I was about to say that, but that's not what I mean. I just like to test myself and keep myself on my toes and just sharp. I like to be sharp, creative is who I am. I like to look at life's challenges as learning experiences so that one day when my dream does come within reach, I can jump out and grab it. I don't want to let change ever break me. I want it to make me. So don't let change break you. Let it make you. Change isn't easy. It really isn't. But learning to navigate through big changes is an important skill for literally everyone to learn and embrace. When you begin to do this, growth will follow suit, and you'll begin to live a life more fulfilling and with a better purpose. But don't forget to be patient with yourself and have courage. All those small little steps that feel like they're doing nothing, I promise you will lead to big change. You're on your way. You're on your way. And just remember to take the next best step forward. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I love y'all so much. And I can't wait to check back in with y'all next Tuesday. I know this has been a shorter podcast, but I just really needed to talk about change today. And I think I got it all out already. So you guys get back to your day, and I cannot wait to spend some more time with you next week. Bye! If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, rate, review, and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts. For more from Cali Chats, visit CaliCreates.com, or you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Everything is linked in the podcast bio. Talk to y'all later. Bye.